Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Kerry and Adrian from House of Light Retreat Centre in Andalusia, South Spain. We just wanted to check in and say Happy New Year to all of the House of Light followers. Wishing you an abundant and happy and vibrant 2025.
And a transformational one.
Yeah, we're definitely feeling excited about the year to come. We've got lots of exciting retreats lined up. We've got some familiar faces, some teachers that are returning, and we've got lots of new faces as well. So offering a mixture of breath work, yoga, therapy, relational therapy. Yeah, so we're excited about that. We also just wanted to share a little bit, for those of you who have visited House of Light, you'll know a little bit about this, but for any new people, just kind of the backdrop and the foundation to House of Light, what it's all based upon, and some of our passions that have helped create this project. So one of those is a syntropic food forest that I've been developing. This is all kind of, it's based on our passion for creating transformation and for inspiring people that come to House of Light. So on many levels, we're trying to introduce people to just to question their way of living, to maybe inspire them to live in a way that is healthier for themselves, for the environment, just to nurture and improve their life in general.
And the empowerment of feeling that we have a choice about our food supply and our water supply, and that we have agency over that. We're not dependent.
Yeah. So I've been developing a permaculture food forest down where we live, which is just 5 minutes from House of Light. It's going really well. I don't claim to be any expert in the field of permaculture, but I'm just experimenting and really enjoying myself, getting my hands in the earth and feeling like I'm giving back to the earth, like I'm improving the land that we live on. So there's quite a lot of produce coming out of the garden now. From the first plot that I developed. So I'm now planning on developing a second plot. And the theory behind it is to recreate like the natural habitat of a forest. So with the different canopy layers, providing different levels of shade. It's a no-dig approach. So instead of constantly disturbing the soil and the mycelium, we're just feeding it. We have 2 horses on the land. So I'm constantly putting horse poo back in, compost, that we've got a 3-bed compost system at House of Light and at home. So feeding the land with the compost, the horse poo, straw, biomass from pruning some of the trees within the food forest. And another project that Adrian's been working on, a different way to feed the land, is by adding biochar. So I'll let Adrian talk a bit about biochar.
So we produce our own olive oil, cold pressed olive oil, from 40 or 50 tree orchard down where we're living now. And one of the byproducts of that is the clippings from the trees. We have to prune the trees every couple of years, which all the farmers do in this area. And for the most part, that wood is then burnt, and you see the smoke coming up. It almost produces a smog in our area for a few weeks around pruning time. So a couple of lads have been encouraging those of us around the area to produce biochar with that wood. The process uses much more heat. It burns the gas from the wood, producing no smoke, and the charcoal you're left with then is activated charcoal, because it's created at about 600 degrees. Now this incredible surface area, the ins and outs of a piece of charcoal, are the perfect living space for microorganisms. It also retains water. And you can charge it with compost, so you can mix it with manure, and that charges the microorganisms, and it soaks up the goodness and then releases it slowly into the soil. So as Kerry's now, so another part of the process of creating a syntropic food forest where we are is to use the water we have available, which we store in low impact albercas. So we've been using that water to get the first patch going, and now it's established. it's time we move to the second patch, because the first patch won't need so much water. So as we're watering the second patch, now before we even plant that up, or before Kerry plants it up, because I'm not much of a grower, I'm more about the infrastructure, we're going to dig the charcoal into the ground before she starts. And this isn't something you do annually, like putting nitrates or food on the soil each year. You do this and it's done for hundreds of years. They think possibly thousands of years. And it's a technology they found that was used by civilizations in the Amazon 3,000 years ago to re-establish the soil for growing food, and to turn around the damage that's being done in the very recent past with modern farming techniques, which is resulting in the topsoil blowing away, being damaged by overuse of fertilizers and such like, and monoculture, leaving potentially barren soil for us to grow food for future generations. Mm-hmm. This is part of an idea that I'm very fond of the seventh generation idea, where when you make a decision how to act or how to move, what to build, whether to drop a borehole in for more water or bring a pipeline through a village, you should consider whether the community living in the place in 7 generations' time will thank us for it or be pained because of it. And we're more and more finding ways to start thinking that far ahead and leave the place in some ways better than we found it.
Yeah, we're constantly following this idea that we're just custodians of this land. We feel so grateful to be living here. So we really want to give back, to regenerate. We get so much from the land and from these beautiful mountains, so we want to put back in, and as Adrian was saying, for future generations, create an environment and a place to live that will be abundant and healthy.
And that's not just the soil, also our relationship within the community. So building community projects that are going to carry through the generations and support the people that will live here in the future, not just our children.
Yeah, we feel like through the project of House of Light, we can make these offerings and these gifts to the world to transform, hopefully in a positive way for people, so that when people come to House of Light, obviously there's the content of the course that they're attending, which should be inspiring and positive, but just the general environment, for them to see us living in a place where there's a deep community spirit, where we're taking care of the land, where we are really consciously and mindfully nurturing our bodies with the food that we eat. We're hopefully inspiring people to move, if not completely away from a meat-heavy diet, more towards a vegetarian and vegan diet, not only for the health benefits on a personal level, but on an environmental level. We feel quite strongly that people should be moving away from eating meat. So yeah, it's just kind of a very immersive experience where people can experience different ways of living that might be more sustainable and more healthy for humanity and for the planet.
So we use House of Light in some ways to showcase technologies that we feel are sustainable. So we use solar energy to run the underfloor heating in the building. We have compost toilets out on the land, so people that have a choice not to poison the water supply, if they choose, they can use the compost toilets, and that compost is then fed to the trees later on. Our swimming pool is a saltwater system, so we don't have to use heavy use of chemicals to keep it sparkling and beautiful.
So these are all principles that we just have as a foundation at House of Light that people can experience on any retreat. And we also have a plan this year to share these ideas and these principles more deeply through our own retreat. We're now working on a retreat that myself and Adrian will host, bringing together our skills and our passions, mine through yoga and meditation, and Adrian through the Learning Love work that he can share a bit more with you about.
So it's looking at how we relate to ourselves, and that obviously has a massive impact on how we relate to others. So it's helpful to understand why we sabotage ourselves, why we hold ourselves back, or where our passions are, and how to step towards our life energy. And it's work I've been fascinated with for more than 20 years now, and I love to teach it. I'm running a retreat with Evelyn 3rd to the 8th of April, just with this in mind. It's called The Foundation of Love, and I'm very pleased to be teaching again, because I put it on hold when we had Arlo, our little boy, the third of our kids. He's nearly 3 now, so there's beginning to be breathing room again to get more involved in teaching and the retreat centre in general.
Yeah. So Adrian's got the Pure Learning Love offering. That was the retreat he was just talking about, and then we're thinking of combining the Learning Love ideas with the yoga for an offering that we can bring to people, possibly at the end of this year or maybe in spring 2026. But the idea behind it is basically we've acknowledged that we're living in quite a stressful environment at the moment, just with, challenges like COVID, layered on top of just the general fast pace of life that we're all living and being bombarded with technology on a daily basis, constantly checking in on various different apps. We really feel like people need more tools to be able to deal with this and to soothe and calm the nervous system, to reconnect with themselves, with others, with nature, to move towards a healthier, more sustainable way of living. So yeah, that's going to be our offering that we will give you more information on as it unfolds.
And we're very grateful to be living in such a natural environment and with such good community. But we see that for the general population, city life, there's so many challenges. There's so much separation. There's so much loneliness. There's such a rise in food allergies, in all the different letters, ADHD, ADD. People struggling with the amount of screen use, the modern lifestyle and the speed of it. And most importantly to me, I see this separation that started with our separation from nature when we began to farm 10,000 years ago, and it's got to an extreme level now where even individuals in families are separate. And a part of what we are blessed to live here is an environment where we can reconnect, and that's what we want to share to help realise that we are all one. There is a connection, and that's vital for healthy living.
Yeah, absolutely. So finally, just a shout out to any teachers or leaders that might be watching this video, just to let you know that there are still places available in 2025 if you're planning on running a retreat. So please do get in contact with us at info@houseoflight.love.
And if you have something you want to share with your group, or you want to bring a group here to have a space to teach in, our passion and all of our crew that work here, the passion is for holding space for you. It's a place that's been designed from the ground up to make it possible for leaders to be comfortable and relaxed in getting across what they want to share, and it's our heart offering. It's what we are here to do. So we would love to see you here, joining the other leaders we have on our calendar, and please do get in touch.
Okay, so have a wonderful 2025, Happy New Year, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Happy New Year.